At some point in every man's life, there's a realization that hits hard. Not loud, not dramatic, just heavy. Nobody is coming to save you. And the reason that sentence stings isn't because it's cruel. It stings because part of you was still hoping it wasn't true. Most men don't struggle because they don't want better. They struggle because they're waiting for clarity, waiting for motivation, waiting for the right moment, waiting for confidence to magically show up one morning like a notification. And here's the dangerous part. That lie feels reasonable because we're taught subtly and consistently that readiness comes before action. We're told, make sure you're prepared. Wait until you're confident. Don't rush it. Timing is everything. But nobody tells you the cost of that belief, because while you're waiting to feel ready, time is still moving. Years don't disappear in chaos. They disappear in hesitation. And that belief that readiness comes first quietly destroys lives. Let's be clear about this. Readiness does not come first. Movement does. Clarity is not something you find. It's something that you create. Confidence is not a prerequisite. It's a byproduct. The men who change their lives don't wait until they feel ready. They move while they're uncertain. They move while they're uncomfortable. They move while they're still doubting themselves, because waiting does not protect you. It programs you. Here's what actually happens when you wait. Waiting trains your brain to avoid responsibility. Every time you say, I'll start when things calm down. I'll do it once I feel more motivated. I'll handle that when I have more clarity. All you're doing is reinforcing a pattern. Action depends on conditions, and conditions never stay perfect long enough. Life does not slow down. It stacks. Responsibilities multiply. Energy gets divided. Fear gets louder. And now you're not just waiting, you're stuck. There's research behind this. Behavioral psychology consistently shows that people who wait for the right time are far less likely to follow through than people who act with incomplete information. Why? Because action creates clarity. Waiting erodes confidence. When you move, your brain adapts. When you wait, your brain rationalizes. You don't become confident by thinking. You become confident by surviving the actions that you take. Which brings us to our rule. Write this down if you need to. Momentum comes after responsibility, not before it. You don't act because you feel confident. You feel confident because you acted. You don't get clarity and then move. You move and clarity catches up. And this is why nobody is coming to save you, because taking responsibility was always the assignment. Not motivation, not inspiration, not perfect timing, responsibility. That's why advice does not change most people's lives. That's why motivation fades. That's why waiting feels safe but costs everything. So here's what you do in a practical sense. Stop asking what you feel ready for. Stop asking what you feel motivated to do. Ask this instead. What is the smallest responsible action I can take today? Not the perfect action, not the dramatic action, not the life-changing, Instagram-worthy action, the responsible one. Send the email, make the appointment, do the workout you don't feel like doing, have the conversation you've been avoiding, open the account, start the draft, take the first step without negotiating with your emotions, because emotions are terrible. They're terrible leaders, but they're excellent followers. Woo. This is where waiting ends. Not because life got easier, not because fear disappeared, but because responsibility took the wheel. Welcome to the dungeon. Nobody is coming to save you, and that's exactly why this works. If this video hit you where you live, join the community, like the video. I'll see you in the next one.